Peoples, it is that time once again. Saturday night D&D with RSG. We are back with the Wildemount Campaign with all kinds of craziness about to happen because we are about to head into hopefully some epic combat. I have no idea if these guys are just gonna like wreck this, but I tried to make it hard. I tried. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we shall see. So let's go ahead and introduce. Hush you. Okay, so let me introduce everyone. God, this is not gonna end up well for me. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce everyone, starting from the top there. Let's start with Mr. Hadlin.
Hello, I'm Hadlin, your dwarven eldritch knight.
Okay, then we have Johnny.
I am playing as Reed Tealeaf, a halfling rogue assassin.
Then we have Critty.
I am playing Critty, a half-elf bard.
There you go. We have Ranger.
I'm playing Bruce, goddammit almighty, follower of the Raven Queen.
That is his name, by the way. We have Grim.
That was awesome. I'm playing as Trump's all the party's orc cleric.
And then we have Ouchie.
Elioni, and I'm a high elf blade singer.
Are you sure?
I wanted to make the high part a little. What kind of high joke?
I'm so high, man. I'm blade singing. I'm so blade singing, man.
Oh my god, this is gonna.
She's a blaze singer.
Oh my
For an
god.
elf, that's so cool, man.
And then I am Finn. I am double dutying right now. So first, I am playing Balin Nightbleeder, your human sorcerer, and in addition, I am DMing. So this is going to be kind of a fun challenge for me to try and do this, but I hope this is a fun encounter for everyone as we continue down the Wildemount campaign. So, as a quick recap of what happened, last session, the group was on a boat after a fierce combat with an opposing pirate ship. And as the combat finished and they were getting ready, suddenly strange things started to happen to the boat. It began getting sucked in almost to a black vortex below the ship that really no one here could see. And they were trying to figure out what exactly was causing this or what was happening. Balin was releasing some shadows from his left hand. Captain Three Rings had it coming out of her eyes. And Elioni was creating darkness with a dark accordion, which is just that was always... You enjoyed playing the accordion, though, didn't you?
I was asleep.
Yeah, but it was an awesome accordion dream, though.
It's like one of those dreams where you do so beautifully and so well at it. When you wake up, you're like, I'm going to get an accordion for real.
Mm-hmm.
And you get one and you just completely...
But we don't know that yet. We have to find you an accordion to test that out. But the shadows continued to grow, and they formed a triangle within the ship that created a column of darkness that sucked the members of the ship down into what they now know as the Cavern of Souls. They landed down here and managed to see several souls coming out of the different holes, like, for example, the one over here, basically coming out of the hole and then going over this ridge and just falling. Not sure what's beyond that point now since I put the darkness up there, but it wasn't there last time. But now it's dark and they don't know what's down there, so we'll just pretend like they don't know, even though they kind of know. Anyways, the souls were continuing and they tracked it down all the way to two people that they see up towards the top. One happens to be a very large satyr, and the other is a Sahagwin, a creature that they have seen, at least the species of, previously on the island of Palmaflora. They are now proceeding to plan what exactly they should do because they believe that the rod that is with the Sahagwin is potentially the rod of Ukatoa, what they have come to search for. So I will turn it over to the team as they're getting ready to figure out what exactly they're going to do. So I think, Reed, you were
Getting ready to take a shot
prepping
at me?
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm posed to shoot.
I will cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay. So I think last time,
Yeah,
so
I
let's
thought we
go over
already
all
did
the
that,
buffs, because I think
pretty
you
much
You
cast
did all that? Okay.
Yeah, pretty
But-
much the whole party has
Death Ward
on
at
it
this
now.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still got Pass Without a Trace up. So yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, we did do all that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
'cause
if you guys
I've even
want to
got
take a
Death Ward
minute,
from you.
I don't
yeah,
think I
if
cast
you
it on
guys-
myself though.
yeah, make sure, I think you had it cast on you by Grim or something like
Oh,
that.
okay, okay.
But double check, make sure you guys know what buffs you have. Christy mentioned that she gave, Critty gave everyone 15 temporary hit points. So make sure you have that on your character sheet. What other buffs did you guys have going around? I think everyone in the party has Death Ward at this point.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Are you guys doing any other buffs before Reed tries
I'm
to line
casting
up?
Shield of Faith. That's it on myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast mild sauce on my Mexican pizza.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
I'll do
That's a
Shield
good
of Faith
choice.
on
Here.
Pretty.
okay.
Actually,
Pretty?
I can't do Shield of Faith because
I
I have to wait till after we start combat or we lose Pass Without a Trace. So I can't
let's
do
see
that.
here.
Okay. So Critty, you get
plus 5 to AC or something.
Shield of Faith?
Yeah.
It does +2 AC for the
Plus 2 AC.
duration. Yeah, yeah.
okay. So Hadlin
I'm
casts.
sure you're gonna do a really great job, and I'm gonna bardic inspire him. And do a great job with the fighting and stuff.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where is it?
And I was on Hadlin.
Hadlin cast it on Critty.
No, but then Critty put the bardic inspiration on who?
Oh yes, on
Hadlin, yeah.
Hadlin.
Okay.
I am going to cast Beacon of Hope on the party.
Okay.
So everyone for at least a minute. Hopefully we won't because you're getting ready to fire off a shot right now, right, Reed?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Beacon of Hope, everybody has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
For timing purposes, I will assume that you have your Beacon of Hope timed to go off at the exact moment that Reed fires. So
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do so I can
Yep.
keep it up for
for 1 minute. Yep. So it'll be 10 rounds from exactly when Reed fires. So that's fine.
well, that's a goal at least.
Yep. No, I'll let you do that. That's not an issue. Yeah, but yeah, concentration and all that. Okay. Balin just holds out his longsword of the Raven Queen like normal and just waits. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
They still do not appear to have taken notice of you at all. So
Alright.
would now be the time to do the blade song then?
you'd
Well, I'm just
probably want to
wondering,
wait
don't you
until
technically have
combat.
to sing with that.
No.
All right. Well, keep in mind, one on the left, the big one, seems like he's persistently angry and raging. One on the right, more of a caster type. So caster types for us attack the big one on the left. Those of us that are more the stabby types, let's look at the one on the right. All right.
Sure.
Ouchie.
Bounding with confidence here, folks. All right.
I am so lost, you guys.
Don't worry. You'll be fine. With that, I will knock an arrow, draw it back, take aim.
Okay.
I'll be shooting the blue fella.
Why is that doing that?
So advantage and all of that.
Yep.
Ooh, 16 to hit.
It is a caster, and 16 just hits.
Awesome. All right. So
You forgot to eat your Wheaties this morning.
it seems it. All right. So that is.
Ooh, gonna hurt.
Yeah. So it's 32 doubled. So 64 damage.
Okay.
Which one did you go after first? The caster?
The blue one, yeah, the caster.
Okay.
All right. And as I fire that shot off, I'm going to look. Is there any sort of cover over in this area, Finn? It looks like a rubble piles.
It's small amounts of rubble that have kind of just been like spaced apart for kind of a hole to come up, which is where the souls are coming from. Make a perception check just to see if you're small enough that you might be able to find a rock to hide under or hide behind. Yeah,
29.
you're able to find one, so go ahead and try and stealth.
All right. So I'll run on over there and stealth. 26.
So
Oh, does Ranger, do you still have Pass Without a Trace up?
Yes, I haven't changed spells yet.
Sweet. So it's a 36 stealth.
okay, yeah, and you're still within range. So, and I assume at this time Beacon of Hope goes off as well, right, Grim?
Yes.
Okay. So, let me see who's able to see it because you guys are not all able to see it because of the giant kind of crater in the middle. But Bruce is able to see it. Critty's able to see it. Balin's able to see it. Hadlin. Drom, you see Reed fire, but you're not sure what exactly happened on the other side. And same thing with Ellie. So, for those of you that are able to see everything, Reed fires a shot, and it stabs the Sahagwin right in the middle of the chest. She gets forced back, and what you also see at that time is that, let me see if I can do this correctly here. Sorry. See if I can, I'll have to do it this way. You see that as the Sahagwin gets knocked back with the force of this blow, the rod that the Sahagwin was holding is now just floating in midair and begins to turn towards the direction that the arrow came from. The satyr immediately looks in that direction and can see Bruce, Critty, Balin, and Hadlin. Unsure if you can see Drom and Ellie, but you guys can't really see the satyr. You only knew of it from Hadlin or from Reed telling you.
He sees us through that previous stealth roll.
Well, now that it's open, you guys were stealthed more silently than visually at that point. Because there's no real hiding. You guys were kind of blending in with the rocks. But now that a shot was fired, he's looking very specifically in that direction and can see you guys.
Gotcha.
But can't see Drom and Ellie because they still have cover from the boulders that were over here. And he yells out a very primal roar at this point. And everyone, make sure you click on your tokens and roll initiative. The combat is about to begin.
Yay!
You're going to have to drop the initiative tracker, Finn.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. I think it'll, let me see. Let's go here. There. There we go.
Ooh.
Why did it do it twice?
Yeah, Drom.
Wow.
Okay, nice. Then I will have to roll for everyone else.
Thank goodness for that sentinel shield.
Okay. So let me just make sure I have all this right. Okay, and let me sort. Wait, why is Ellie listed? Ellie had a 29? Wait.
Well, it was a 22. It did it twice.
Oh,
I clicked
okay.
it once and nothing happened. I clicked it again and all of a sudden they both appeared.
No worries.
So
It can do, yep,
You can
no
change
worries.
it.
And then Drom got a natural 20, which makes his a 31 for the purposes of organizing this. So we'll do that. Make sure everyone else looks right. Pretty much. I think that's everyone. Okay. Now let me do the roll for them. Now, Drom, because you get a natural 20, your initiative score is also 31. But you, if you so choose, have a free round that you can do something. Before we actually go into initiative.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, while you're doing that stuff, I'm just gonna do some measuring here for a second.
Yep, go for it.
So I can see him though, right? Looks like it.
You don't have quite sight of him yet. The
okay.
rubble right here is a little bit. Let me see if I can point it out for you. But the rubble in the middle is a little bit too high, so you don't really have sight of him.
Okay. Okay.
But you can move like 5 feet over, and you'll be fine. So if you want to plan around that with you moving closer and then moving into sight, that's fine.
Yeah, let's see here. What's the range on that? 60. Okay. Would I have sight from there, or would that still be crossing over the rubble there?
No, you're fine. Everyone to the left of you, Bruce, Critty, Hadlin, and Balin can all see. So anywhere 5 feet over, and you're fine. So where you were just pointing at is more than enough.
Then I'll move over to here. And I will drop. If I can find it. I just had it. There it is. No, I was gonna drop a spiritual weapon right there.
Okay.
If you have like something I could put, like a icon or something.
Yeah.
That'll take a swing at him.
Okay. And spiritual weapon has the range of 60?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of spiritual weapon do you have?
If I remember correctly, the last time I used it was like a spectral green flaming scythe.
Okay.
And that would be a 25 to hit when it swings at him.
At the big guy.
Yeah, at that guy.
Okay. Let me see. Search for scythe. See what it can find me here. Won't be quite green, but okay. So right there.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. And you swing at him for 25, which hits.
Okay. For 12 force damage.
Okay.
Doesn't do much, but it's a neat little ranged
Mhm.
spell.
12, you said? Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to do for this turn before you take your next turn?
I think that's all I could pretty much do. Even though spiritual weapon is a bonus action. I'm keeping up Beacon of Hope. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Get the Mason shield ready to charge.
Okay. It is your turn again. At the official top of the order.
Okay, I think what I'm actually gonna do is hold my action for this one, so I don't burn any spells that I don't need to.
Okay, so are you?
I'll hold.
Okay. So you're holding your action. Any action in particular?
just preparing for what might be coming. You know, maybe possibly prepping a healing spell should need be.
Okay. Got it. All right. So then, next up is... Let me get this. Have to move this correctly here. So next up is actually the rod. So you begin to see the rod glow. The top of it in particular begins to have a very eerie yellow eye appear on top of it that now appears to be peering in the general direction of the group. And suddenly you see that the souls that were coming from these holes that were previously heading into the middle, or what you assume is the middle of this room, now proceed to walk directly to the rod. And let me see if you guys notice anything. Let's see. Those that can see the rod, which is right now everyone but Ellie, roll a perception check for me. Give you guys a little more detail depending on what you see. Rogues. Make use of it. Okay.
Actually, I only rolled a 10.
I know, because you can't roll anything less than a 10.
Yeah, but, you know,
That's what I'm saying.
I still have a plus 10 in the ability. I mean, it's...
I know, but still, you can't roll less than a 20.
Yeah, that's the worst that I can roll.
I know. That's what I'm saying, rogues.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you notice is that as the rod is beginning to glow, that the souls are going into it. And both Drum and Reed have a high enough roll that you notice that as you are looking and seeing them actually go towards the rod, 13 of them get absorbed by the rod. The rest of you all see the souls kind of just going into or around the rod, but you're not really able to make out that specific of a detail. But Reed and Drum, you do.
Would I know if there's any specific importance to the number 13 with that?
Mark of the beast.
I'll just save you time. There's nothing really specific about the 13.
Okay.
Is
But
there an
you
Iron
can-
Maiden song playing in the background?
Oh my god. But you can tell that the rod is trying to absorb these souls. What it's doing with it, still not sure, but that is what the rod does on its turn. And then next up is Ellie.
I've got a question about how a spell works.
Mhm.
I wanted to do Storm Sphere over by where the baddies are. Is that going to affect Drum's spiritual weapon, like blow it away or mess it up somehow?
No.
Mm-mm. It
It
has
doesn't
no
say anything
hit
in the
points or
description
anything.
about. Well, I mean, just like in terms of, does it have an effect on objects? It doesn't say anything in the description about objects.
So I would say that a regular object may potentially get impacted by it, but the weapon that Drom did is a spiritual weapon. It's basically like a spectral weapon. It can't really be attacked. It doesn't really have hit points. So your spell would be fine. It wouldn't actually do anything to the spiritual weapon.
I was just thinking more blow it around so it can't.
Mm-mm. No, it's not
Be
going to just move
used.
around.
And so
No.
the rod's also a spiritual weapon then?
You're not sure what exactly the rod is, actually. The rod is something different.
I mean, I don't care if that gets messed up. I just didn't want
Right.
to mess up.
No, the
anything that
rod,
Drum was doing.
you can't see it yet, but if you're able to see it and you're looking at the rod, I can tell you more details. You'll have to move a little closer.
Yeah, I
You'll have to target the sphere too, unless you're kind of blinding it in the area. So
well, it's 150 range. I'm just trying to see. Oh, no, do not move that. Do not move that. Yeah. I guess I will have to move to the side a little. Is right to the left is where these like stalagmites kind of are. Can you can't step over there? Or...
It's like the edge of a cliff, basically. So you guys are kind of like hugging the edge right now. So yeah, you can't go onto that kind of like dark gray area.
Mm. Mm, 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 mm. I don't want to get too in the line of sight there. If I put, how do I do the arrow thing again? Where I measure the distance?
The ruler on the top left.
So if I do some, hold on. So I can I see, is there a cliff blocking my sight? You can't see where my ruler is, can you?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
see
you
your
can.
arrow. So you have
that
no
getting
problem.
blocked?
No, your view there does not get blocked. If you move to the right, it gets blocked.
Is that one blocked? Because
Yeah.
that square's half black.
Correct.
Okay. But that one behind the barbarian
Is also blocked. It's this. It's like this area right here
Right.
where you see my
Yeah.
ping. That's too high.
Yeah. Okay. What is the range? This is 20-foot radius. That would still get. All right. I'm gonna try to do storm spear on this block just to the left of the barbarian.
Okay.
So I don't have to move.
Okay.
And that should be him and the rod and the. What the hell was the other thing
It's
again?
a Sahagwin, one of those like merfolk people.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Okay, so it's a DC strength of 17. And what happens? Let me see if I can read this really quick. So, 20-foot sphere. The sphere remains duration. Each creature in the sphere and appears or at the end of its saving throw or take 2d6. So it's not a half damage. And then until the spell ends, you can use your bonus action on each turn to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the center of the sphere towards one creature you choose within 60 feet of the center. Make a ranged spell attack. And then you can... Okay, so you can make it shoot lightning, basically.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And then have disadvantage on wisdom checks made to listen. Okay, got it. And you're casting it at 4th level?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see who succeeds. So let's go ahead and do your... Let's put it there first. So I'll create it for you here. So it's Alt. And it's a sphere of lightning, so we'll make it like a light blue. So that's
It's lightning-y.
20 and 40. So it's like this. And you're centering it over here. Okay. Right? That's basically where you were targeting it.
20?
It's a
Is that
20
20?
foot,
I guess
yeah,
so,
that's
yeah.
a 20-foot radius. Yep.
That's a little bigger than what I thought, but that's fine, I guess.
It is a big old honking sphere of lightning for everybody right now. I don't see it obscuring view or anything, so it's just lightning everywhere right now in that area.
Yeah.
And let's see, the satyr very easily manages to make his strength saving throw. You can't see it. The rest of you all see it. There's lightning trying to push the satyr away, and he's basically shrugging it off. So he doesn't seem affected at all. The rod also doesn't seem impacted at all by it. The merfolk that is quite hurt is, of course, messed up by it. Yeah, not strength
Word.
heavy. And you did 7 bludgeoning, and you don't. This one doesn't do the lightning, right? It just starts off as the bludgeoning damage, I think.
I thought
Yeah,
it
I
was
thought
like
the lightning
a
was the bonus.
two-part on it.
Oh, so you're gonna do the bonus action to fire a lightning at them?
Right, but I didn't know that that was all included in that roll. I thought it would have been a second roll.
Well,
for
you have
that.
to roll an attack roll, I think, from what because you have to make a ranged
Yeah,
spell
it
attack.
says- yeah, ranged spell attack.
You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is in the sphere. So, yeah, so you used your action in order to cast it. It took some damage as a result. You still have your bonus action, and since it's there, if you want to, you can try to hit one of them with the lightning, but you'd have to see them. So that's the only thing right now.
So in other words, just move.
If you want to do that,
If
but
you want to do the
otherwise,
bonus action.
yeah,
Right. Well,
You
let me
probably
see.
don't even have to move very far.
yeah,
Yeah,
5 feet
I
you have to
think
move
if I
basically.
just move up.
And keep in mind,
I
if you
think
want to
only 5?
stay, yeah, it's only 5
I
feet,
guess
and then you can see it. And the other thing too, don't forget you can split your move. So if you want, you can move, do your bonus action, then move back, and you can still stay at line of sight if that's your goal.
I think I'm all right if I just move right next to Critty. That should be fine, right? Or maybe even just up one. You say up one is good.
No, up one won't be, but if you
Yeah,
next to
it's
Critty won't either. You still kind of go through that the rock in the
Area?
middle there. Yes, this area that's high, so you
Right.
might have to move
Okay.
over one. If you move in front of Critty, then you have easy sight.
Mm,
And then you can always move back.
okay. All right. So yeah, I'll get it off the ruler. Move right in front of Critty for right now
Okay.
and do that lightning bonus action
Okay.
jazz.
So roll your ranged spell attack, which I
Okay.
think is your ranged spell attack
be
should be your
Her intelligence.
intelligence plus proficiency plus a d20.
Wow. What's the best way to do all that?
Just roll a
Just
d20.
roll a d20.
Yeah.
Okay. And just do that on the Roll20 page?
Yeah, you can just
Or-
do it on the Roll20 page.
Okay.
It's on your character sheet somewhere if you use one of your spells, but it's just easier if you do this.
Well, that ain't good.
It should be like a 22.
Yeah, you have a +9, so yeah, it becomes a 22. And you're aiming at the blue one?
Yeah, let's do that. Since
Okay.
I already moved and that one's in view and
Okay. Roll a d20 again.
okay.
Okay. So you do hit. You have your damage rolled. I'll just keep that unless you want to re-roll it. I'll give you the option. Do you want to just keep that 17 lightning damage or re-roll the 4d6?
Uh,
I would just keep it.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it.
Yeah,
I'll keep it.
that's a
Yeah,
really high
2
roll.
3s, a 6, and a 5. Yeah.
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 So as the Sahagwin is getting pushed out of the sphere from the bludgeoning damage, a lightning bolt comes and smacks her in the face.
Good.
And she's, still alive, not very happy with everything going on at the current time.
Shocking experience.
Damn it, Grim. Okay. Okay. And
I've
then,
been waiting, holding onto that one for quite a while now.
of
so.
course you have. Okay. Anything else, Ellie?
I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
I don't want to be in anybody's line of sight.
Yep.
So I think I'll just maybe just move over to the side a little. That'll keep me obscured behind the cliffy parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'm good there.
Yeah, that they can't see you immediately, but they know you're there because you've come out, so they've at least seen you, but
Right.
they
Well,
can't
I can't
see
run
you
away
right
completely.
now. Yeah. Okay. All
I'd
right.
like to.
Okay. We now go to Bruce.
Well, all right. What a great group of folks we got in this battle. I think I'm gonna try to cast a spell. All right. Bruce will move to Hyun, just outside the storm. He doesn't want to get lightning in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the rod? Is it considered an object, even though it's alive?
Yeah, you can consider it an object. It is definitely sentient. You're able to figure that out so far, but
Well, I know that, but I mean, I just need to know its classification for the spell I'm going to use.
it is.
It's not considered a creature.
No, it is not considered a creature. It's
Okay.
basically yeah. It's an object. We'll say object.
Okay. I'm going to move there, and then I'm going to cast blindness, deafness on old Summit. Whatever
The satyr or
the satyr. Yeah, I can't hit the. It's only 30 feet, but I can hit the satyr.
hold on 1 second. Okay. What level are you casting at?
Level. Well, I need to cast it at level. Well, it's going to use cast at level 3, so I can hit an additional person. But since I can't hit the other person, I'll cast it at its normal level 2.
Level 2? Okay. As you are casting this, you see the rod glow. You having seen it something before with the souls, but Drom and Reed with your continued perception from the other role. As Bruce begins casting, you see some souls come out from around the eye of the rod, screaming in pain as they just float up and dissipate. At that same time, the spell was countered.
That's fine. And then that's about all I can do. I'll sit there for the moment.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Before Critty goes, the rod takes another action. It will now force souls out of it, and you will see the souls, again, specifically more, this is Reed and Drom. You guys will be seeing this kind of happen. You see the souls starting to spin around it. Not sure what exactly is happening at this point, but they are now encircling the rod. More souls attempt to go into the rod. And this time you notice 9 of them going to the rod. And that's all that happens on this one. And it is now to Critty.
Okay, I will be attacking the satyr, and I'm going to use Mind Sliver. An intelligence save.
Okay. Which one is this on again? Sorry, the satyr you said?
Okay.
The satyr. Okay, got it. Ah, okay. Intelligence. Oh, no, not this one. Oh, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. 13. Yes, it hits.
No, it was.
The damage.
Your save was 13.
Yeah,
13
yeah.
was also the damage. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, it didn't get a 13 save. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong modifier at first. I'm like, there's no way the satyr has that high of an intelligence saving throw. It's because I was looking at the caster, which makes a lot more sense for intelligence saving throw.
Intelligent satyr there.
Definitely not. Okay. So yes.
Indubitably, my dear Watson, indubitably.
So 13 damage to the satyr.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move behind my human shield called Drum, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Your orc shield, you mean?
All right. Hadlin, it is your turn.
All right. I will next to Bruce, and I don't want to get attacked by stuff either. So I will do. Green flame bolt at the same guy that everybody's been talking and been hitting.
The satyr. Okay.
Yeah.
25 does hit. 13 damage. Okay. Everyone's just like pinging away at this guy at this point. Okay.
Hi, Bruce. How's it going? I guess we'll hang out here.
Well, it's a great, great day to die from strange magical effects that I have no idea what the hell's going on.
And how is a rod that collects souls supposed to be useful for us? It doesn't really seem like something we want. Oh, we're fighting. Never mind.
Right, let's live.
All right. Next up is the satyr. So the satyr makes the strength saving throw against the sphere, so is not taking damage and not really affected by it. Moves right up here and takes a swing at Bruce. So let's start with the first attack on Bruce with a great axe that it is holding. So the first one, oh, that kind of sucks. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And then let me roll the second one. 22 to hit. Okay, so both of them were 22. So let me see the damage. I like using my dice. It's been a while since I've been able to use like all the dice. I just have to open this thing up. Okay. Is this the right dice? No, this is not a right dice. Where's my 12s? There they are. Okay. Oh, not a lot. 14. So total of 24 damage.
Okay.
From the 2 hits.
Got it.
And he just glares at Hadlin and Bruce very angrily at the moment. And that is it for his turn right now.
Okay.
And we'll go to Reed.
All right. Knock another arrow. Aiming, and I will fire away at the leader of the Blue Man group all the way in the back again.
Okay.
So I should be with an advantage and everything.
Yes, you are still pretty well hidden.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So it's 29.
Okay.
And I will run up and try to, if I can, sort of realistically duck into that little alcove. So if I go right there, so
Okay.
I'm in that little alcove there.
Yep.
And I'll stealth again.
Okay. Stealth roll.
23.
And I don't think Bruce dropped his pass without trace, so still
Nope.
33 so for you.
Nice.
So you're still good.
Best spell in the game.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all I can really do.
Okay. So then comes Balin's turn. So still with the game plan that was to focus on the blue one. I have to move up a little bit now. So Balin will move up and fire a firebolt at the blue one. Okay, that will definitely hit. And then that's 18 fire damage. So for those that are able to see the blue one, which I think is Reed, Hadlin, Bruce, Balin, Drom, Critty has lost sight, and Ellie has lost sight.
I think he got knocked out in my view range.
Hmm?
Did he? No, actually, never mind.
No,
You're right.
still
I
within
thought
your
he
range.
got knocked just behind the black stuff. So
Yeah, no, you're just good. You're just like not hitting these rocks. But you see Balin fire a firebolt at the Sahagwin, and the Sahagwin lights up on fire and turns into ash. All 5 of you roll a perception check. So that's Balin, Reed, Hadlin, Bruce, and Drom.
test something here real quick. Does it automatically roll it with advantage? No, it doesn't. Okay. There. Here's with advantage. 19.
Okay. And Johnny, I know you're just back. Go ahead and roll a perception with Reed. Balin fired a firebolt at the Sahagwin. It lit on fire, turned into ash, and... Okay. Only Bruce is able to see that the soul actually escapes from the ashes and flies away in a direction over here when it gets burned into ash.
Is it just floating there like, ooh?
No, it goes off out of your sight, basically.
Okay.
So wait, what got burnt to release the soul?
The
Sanguine.
body of the Sahagwin.
The blue guy.
The blue one. The blue one's
so
dead.
The blue guy's dead. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So Balin fired a firebolt, hit, burned it, and the soul flew away in a direction.
Okay.
So this is basically not there. I'll just remove it. So yeah. And now we are. It was going to be its turn, but it's not here anymore. So we're going to go to Drum.
Okay. All right, so Trump. I'm gonna. Can I fit it in that square right there?
As long as Bruce is willing to give you a little bit of space, yes.
I'm not. He's too big and ugly and green.
I love you too. So I'm gonna move there,
I
Okay.
said no. Respect my boundaries.
and I'm going to. No, I want to display in VTT. It's not giving me an option. I'm going to use my martial adept and say, "Hey, Reed, you got another clear shot here, man." And use Commander's Strike to allow him to use his reaction to make an attack.
You select the target, or do I?
It says when you take an attack action on your turn, you can forgo one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct an ally you can see or hear you to strike using its reaction, adding the superiority die to the damage roll. I think my superiority die is a d6.
All right. So would I have a line of fire on the rod, and would I have a line of fire on whatever that guy is?
Yes. You would have line of fire on both.
I will then shoot at the rod.
Okay.
So it's with advantage because I'm stealthed, and sneak attack would then kick in.
Interesting.
Oh wow!
Can you
Minimum
get
damage on the?
Can you get advantage on an object? Hold on. I didn't look into this actually. Let's
I mean, it's
see.
a sentient object, right?
It is, but it
You can
doesn't.
sneak up on anything that's sentient.
Well, you can sneak up on. I guess technically it would be. I'm trying to think. It doesn't have like a necessarily a weak point that you're advantage on. I'm gonna say yes for now. If I later on I reserve the right to potentially not have it, but this time you do while I research.
Okay.
So
All right.
go for it.
So taking my shot. 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that is To 23.
Okay.
At +1 from the superiority.
24 then.
24.
No, I added it because,
Oh, you did? Okay.
yeah, 10, 10, and 3, so 23.
Okay.
Yeah, that was bad damage rolls on the sneak attack. A bunch of ones. Ugh.
Yeah, and I rolled a 1 on the superiority die too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
It's a lot of ones. But... All right, so that's a nice hit, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. What else, Strom?
and let's see here. That was my attack. I moved, and I used my bonus action. That's my turn.
Okay. It is the rod's turn. Now, because of that, Reed, you were not able to re-stealth, right? Because you used your action, so you haven't had a chance to bonus action. So
Well, that would have been a reaction.
correct, but
Yeah, that's what it was a reaction.
Yeah. So, but you basically revealed yourself at this point, is what I'm saying.
I guess, okay.
You've broken your stealth in order to attack, right? And you didn't get a chance to bonus action stealth again.
All right.
So the rod is actually going to move. Well, let me make sure it can make its strength saving throw. Okay, it does. The rod moves closer. Reed, Hadlin, Bruce, Drom, Balin, Ellie, not Critty. Yeah, I think that's the range for everyone. Yeah, 40 is... Yeah. Roll a wisdom saving throw. If you have any bonuses, make sure you use them.
Everybody has Beacon of Hope, so they have advantage on their wisdom saves.
There you go. Nice, Hadlin.
Wow, Hadlin.
Wow.
So I got to roll it twice, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Can't have my soul.
Can
All
I?
right.
Okay, so we have 2 natural 20s. That's okay. Hold on.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so Bruce was a 27. Hadlin was a natural 20. Ellie, not so great. Reed with the 15. That's everyone, right? Okay. So Reed and Ellie, you hear a voice in your head.
Uh-oh.
Your vision can come true. Join me in the pit. And you all hear this. The rest of you don't feel compelled to listen. Reed and Ellie, you're not immediately... Well, Reed, you're not immediately, like, trying to run to the pit. But Ellie, you are strongly considering it at this point.
And is this the pit that's far up and to the
No,
left?
to the right.
To the right that I can't see?
Correct.
Or the one that's closer on?
Where all the
left?
souls have been jumping down.
Did I hear it, Finn? Because
No.
I'm out of range.
Nope.
Okay.
You don't know what's going on at this point. The rod just moved in, and suddenly Ellie seems a little distracted.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, more souls start to gather with the rod. Ooh, okay. All right. And yeah, that is it. It is now Ellie's turn. So Ellie, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, roll another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And I think Beacon of Hope is still active, right? So it's another advantage.
Yes.
Okay, so roll with advantage. There you go.
Oh, that one's much better.
That is, yeah, I'm glad you got a good roll, because that would have made for an interesting thing.
I don't like interesting.
You are still very much curious about this pit, but you are not necessarily compelled to go and jump. But you are very curious about the pit. It's a little distracting at this point, but you do have your regular facilities about you.
Okay.
Very nice with the Beacon of Hope, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
nifty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, without the paladin around, I have to start using it. So it's been on my list ever since. But with the paladin in the party, it didn't really seem like it was worth using as much.
Yep.
So
You are making use of it right now. All right. Your sound is out, Ouchie? Oh, yeah. Good job on me. Her sound is out, and I'm asking her over voice. Like, that's supposed to somehow manage to work. Yeah.
Can you respond to what I'm telling you with your sound out? Can you
Alright.
use sign language?
Ouchie, give us a sign of your presence.
I said my sound is out.
No, I know. I'm saying I'm dumb because you said your sound is out, and I'm literally on Zoom saying, "Can you hear me?" I'm like, "Oh my god."
My headset just went dead. Yeah, but it's better now.
Okay.
Okay, so all the blowing around and thing having no effect on the rod at all, or the souls floating around or anything. Nothing's getting screwed up by
It
all
has
that
managed to resist kind of the bludgeoning force of the sphere. Now, if you try to attack it with a lightning bolt, it may work, but that's kind of a manual thing you have to do. Its natural thing of just pushing with the sphere itself has not affected the rod or the satyr thus yet.
Well, this is a concentration spell, so the reason why I'm asking, I know that satyr's going to be making strength saving throws, so probably pretty easily. So I'm just seeing how useful it is in the rest of the area of combat there, because if I'm wanting to do something else that requires concentration, it's going to make that go away. So
Gotcha.
I'm trying to evaluate its usefulness right now.
Yeah, so far the rod has resisted the effects of the sphere.
Well, and it's not like spinning up any of the souls into like little soul tornadoes, or is it moving some dust on the ground?
Yeah, you're definitely moving some dust on the ground.
All right, good. Something. Okay, so I know I can hit that guy with the lightning for bonus action. Haste requires concentration. Okay. I think what I'll do perhaps is just what's the range on that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll just do like magic missile on the satyr, and then for bonus action, whack him with the lightning.
Okay. That'll work. So roll your magic missile damage.
I don't have to move or anything for that. So.
No, you have sight on all this right now.
Okay, so just wondering if I should do it at a different level. Let's cast it at 3rd level.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't like that. Really?
Wait.
Yeah, but how many missiles does she fire off at this point, though? At 3rd level?
At 3rd level, you should fire more than that. That was just 1d4, so that's a damage of 1.
I figured it would do it all for me.
Yeah, it normally does. That's kind of weird.
I think that what this one does is that it rolls the damage once, and you just apply that to all the missiles.
Oh, that may be what it does.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does.
So it's
Okay.
like 16 damage because it's like 4 missiles she's
I
shooting
think
at
it's
this
4
point.
missiles because it should be. Actually, it might be even more than that because I think it's 3 with level 1, right? And if you're going at 3rd level, it should be 2 more, I think. Hold on, let me double check. Magic missile. Is it first
says
level is
if you do
3?
1 more dart for each slot level above 1st.
Yeah, so it's actually 5 of them.
Each dart does that damage. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's 20 damage.
Yep. It is indeed 20 damage. Okay. And then you can roll your attack with the sphere.
And that's just a d20.
D20 plus 9 is what you have.
Okay.
You do hit. If you just click on your sphere spell again, it does the damage. It actually rolls the attack roll as well on there. The first thing it rolls is the attack, but
Hold on, I've got a kid coming down.
okay.
Click where?
The storm
For
sphere.
the-
Just click the storm sphere spell again, like you did the first time.
Oh. Come here.
Hmm.
Where is it? Just the cast button again?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, it rolls the hit actually
Yeah.
with the first thing. It does everything, but it's 16 lightning damage. So okay.
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 It's a nice chunk of damage.
Mm-hmm. All right. It is now Bruce's turn. Ellie, you're done,
Okay.
right? Let me just make sure. Ellie, you're good? I think she's
Oh
done.
my
'cause-
gosh. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm in mom mode now.
No worries. Bruce, all you.
I'd like to ignore this stupid critter in front of me, and I'd like to cast Dispel Magic at level 6 on the rod, please.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
All right. Have to find the damn thing. 22.
Okay. You're pretty sure that casting a Dispel Magic on the Rod of Ukatoa will probably not work.
I figured it had some kind of magical effects going on. I mean, goddamn, it's a magical rod. Jesus
Mhm.
Christ. What kind
It
of
is,
goddamn
but
rod is this?
It's
Ukatoa,
basically,
you suck.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's basically a sentient part of a god. So the Dispel Magic
I
is likely
understand
not
that, but
gonna
it, no wards, nothing. Goddamn, Ukatoa, that's why you got in prison, bastard.
work.
It's a part of a god named the Rod of Ukatoa. Oh.
Well, it's his rod, you know. I
Mhm.
mean, what can you do?
Have fun with that.
I mean, Jesus. I mean, what the hell is going on? Well, diarrheas. Hmm. I have two ideas here. Let me think. Because that was not what I wanted. I can't use that spell. God damn it. Keeping up Pass Out Trace is really kicking my ass here.
Well, I mean, we are in combat. You can drop it.
He does. No, he gets bonuses from it. So.
Oh, well.
I can't use that one. Damn it. Can I use this one? No, that's also concentration. God damn it. Oh, Jesus. Are they all concentration? I can't use that one because he's not a creature. God bless America.
Welcome to my world. It's like, I'm upkeep and beacon of hope, so that there goes half my freaking, no, 3/4 of my spell list that I can't use.
So weird. This is really. Well, I'm sorry there, Reed. My spells are limited, dude.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to cast Dominate Person on the Mr. Home Slice in front of me. Then
The Satyr?
level 5. Yeah, the Satyr.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second just to check something really quick. Okay, I think that part will work. Okay. All right. You cast dominate person on. Let me just see how this works. If you're so it has advantage on the saving throw. Okay. So you attempt to. I think you don't. When do you get to do something with him? Let me see. Is it immediate? No, I'll just straight up tell you. You
It
attempt
says,
to.
until the end of your next turn, the creature takes only actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do.
You cast dominate person on the satyr, and he doesn't seem affected by it.
Well,
As a slight hint, he seems too angry to be dominated via any kind of charm at the moment.
I don't know what his class is. If he's barbarian, I didn't see him raised, so I can't see that.
Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry.
He's just perma-raged.
And that's all I can do. So
He does have like, what, 3 arrows sticking out of him.
Mhm.
A big ass slash. He's got frazzled, burnt hair all over him from being struck by lightning. He's not having a good day.
No. All right, Critty, it is your turn.
I am going to attack the satyr with vicious mockery.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw 15. What is his wisdom save? Oh, of course, not great. No, does not make it. So you insult him thoroughly.
I do. You smell like wet dog, sir.
That is enough
Your
to
mother
do.
was a sheep.
Okay. Anything else?
Is Bruce hurt?
no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm good.
Because the only other thing I can really do is healing word, so I'm gonna just take a few steps back to here.
Okay. Let's see. Reed, Hadlin, Drom, and Bruce. Roll a perception check for me.
I think I rolled a 14.
27.
Okay. Reed. The rest of you don't exactly know where this is coming from, but Reed, you do see. Hold on 1 second. Where'd it go? Where the hell did everything go? Oh my god. There we go. Okay. You see the reemergence in the shadows of the Sahagwan.
Oh, man, he's back?
And as you see the Sahagwan actually reappear, you also notice something weird that it's doing. It attempts, having seen this before. Actually, roll an Arcana check for me, Reed. I know it's fairly low DC. It's not your thing, but
17.
okay, good enough. You see it casting a spell that you have seen cast by your party before. It casts Fireball. But it is very clearly targeting where the rod is. At the same time, you see the souls around the rod begin to spin around, and let me see, how many is it? They create almost a tornado that leads directly into the rod. The fireball falls directly into the rod, and you see it absorb the fireball in its entirety. The souls continue to spin around, go down to just circling the eye, and 5 of the souls go up and vanish away. At the same time, I need Hadlin, Bruce, Drom, Balin. Let me see really quick. Oh my god, all these things are so annoying to get to when you have like 5 character sheets you're managing. It's 20 foot. Okay. So it is. So everyone but Reed, actually, roll a dexterity saving throw as a fireball appears and gets launched right into the middle of the group.
Including me?
Yes. So if you have any bonuses to dex, you're welcome to do it, and actually the satyr has to make the roll as well.
Wow. Thank you, Roll20.
Okay, let's see. So
I'm going to do absorb elements.
okay. Okay. So you'll absorb 3 of the damage. Oh yeah, and then I have to roll for Balin too.
I can do that as a reaction too, can I?
Yeah, you are. What do you mean? Oh, absorb element.
Absorb
Absorb
elements.
elements,
I think you have it. Yeah, if you have it,
Yeah.
might be helpful to use it.
Right. Let me find it here.
Because I think you take half damage, right? But now you can use 3 damage on your next melee attack, if I understand.
Correct. Yeah, you get resistance.
Yeah, let
Okay.
me do that.
Okay, so you get the same thing. You'll get half, because the only one that passes is Critty. So Critty will take half. Everybody else will take... Oh my god. The first roll went so well, the others not so much. So total of 26 for everyone except Critty, who will take 13, and Hadlin and Ellie will also take 13 because of their absorb elements. As the rod takes this from Reed, you're able to understand kind of what in some ways just happened. Basically, the Sahagwin fired a fireball for the rod to redirect at the group. That is effectively what you saw. It absorbed it with the tornado and fired it back. And with that, it is now Hadlin's turn.
All right, 3 attacks on Mr. Bad Guy in front of me.
Okay.
First one.
Holy crap.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm gonna
With-
booming blade.
With
too,
3 of
course.
you there, by the way, just FYI, you all have advantage. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that because you can't get advantage on them anyways. But yeah, otherwise you would. But sorry. Yes, natural 20. Have fun.
Yeah, and I'm gonna booming blade also.
Yep. Okay, so that's 9 of the base damage, and then
There's Booming Blade.
so it's double the 8, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 16 plus 9, so 25 damage. Nice.
And
All right, second
Cr-
attack.
real quick on Blooming Blade.
Oh my
that's-
god!
Oh, wow. That second number is if he moves, correct?
Yeah, second number is
Oh,
if he
okay.
moves. Holy crap, Hadlin!
Damn,
What the?
Corinth.
Corinth has been
All-
saving all of
all-
this for like 2 years.
Oh my
now.
god.
All those ones have finally paid off.
in a row on my
Mhm.
attack.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Very nice.
There's that, and then Booming Blade again.
Okay, so 18 plus 15, so 33 damage.
5.
All right. Then my last attack.
Come on. Oh, close.
Oh, geez, only a 27.
That was an 18 to
Yeah.
hit on the dice. So,
Very nice.
You do hit.
All right,
dude.
9, and then I can't do Booming Blade. anymore, so
You
that's
get
less.
another attack. That is your bonus for 2 natural 20s. That one
Return.
unfortunately does not hit.
All right.
Do you still have Bardic Inspiration?
That's true.
I
You
do.
you
Yeah, I
do.
do.
Yeah,
If you want to use
What
it.
is it? Sure, why not?
it is 1d10 right now.
You by using
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
you hit. You were 1 away with your 20, so
There you go. Nice.
that's another holy crap. Okay, hold on. You just did like massive damage in a single round because you did 25, 33, 9, and 9. Okay, hold on.
That's a read roll right there.
That is. Hadlin has become an assassin all of a sudden.
Nice.
This is
My name is Hadlin Brightaxe. You kill my father. Prepare to die.
okay.
I'm so happy we're not near the water anymore. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you are. Oh my god.
Dude, that was so awesome.
That was
Okay.
huge.
The satyr is definitely very, very angry right now. Just, yeah, words don't describe his anger at the current time. He's still up, but he is not happy with all the slashes and everything going on at the moment. Anything else, Hadlin?
The universal come at me, bro, like emotion, but other than that, yeah, that's it.
After all that, Hadlin with the mic drop after.
Oh my god. Okay, it's his turn. He's gonna come after you. Let's see if he's actually able to do anything. Okay, first roll. It is a 20 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Second roll is a 30 in total to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna do 12 damage. It
Alright.
doesn't seem to really compare to what you just to say he feels insufficient at this point would be an understatement. Okay. Yeah, that is his turn. Reed, it is your turn.
All right. Looking across the way at the mer person,
Mhm.
what kind of shape do they look like they're in?
Seems extremely healthy. And looks like you might be looking at about 4 of them.
Can I tell if it's the same one that we had already killed?
Roll a perception.
26.
It looks almost identical to the one that you had just killed. Thank you, Corinth.
Ah, nice.
I think I
Nice.
figured I owed a little bit of charity for 2
Aw.
natural 20s.
Any idea how rough the rod looks?
Rod has a few nicks and scratches, but doesn't seem bad overall.
And the satyr looks pretty messed up, right?
Satyr looks messed up. He's still standing without much issue, but he is getting messed up. Yes, he's definitely scratched, bloodied, bruised. He's been through a lot.
Well, and you just watch Hadlin do like a 9,000 cuts move on him.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, that was so awesome.
I kind of want to do something really insane here, and I don't know if it'll work. How dexterous does the rod look?
It's been kind of like floating the entire time. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like it'll do gymnastics, but it's been floating.
Based off of my knowledge of acrobatics and what I've observed off this rod, if I were to run at this rod and try to capture it with the bag of holding, what do I think would happen?
You probably don't know what would happen by trying to capture this kind of item in a extra dimensional plane.
I've seen it absorb stuff, so I kind of get the feeling it might have the same properties, right?
Possibly.
So that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Ouchie. It's not a chicken.
Hey guys, I caught a rod. All right, this is probably going to be insane. I'm going to shoot at... Do I think this guy would have noticed me? The merman all the way over there?
Doesn't seem to be focused on you if it did spot you.
All right, I'm going to take a shot at him. Would I have advantage and all of that?
I don't think you haven't stealth since your last one.
But I'm still sort of in that little alcove. I'm behind some stuff.
Roll. Actually, it's not even going to matter because you can't roll a 1 and you have a minimum of a 10. I was going to tell you to roll a disadvantage, but it's not going to make a difference. Yeah, you're fine. Roll with advantage. Right. Freaking rogue.
Yeah, well, you know.
You make use of what you have.
Yes. All right, so it's a 20 to hit him.
Okay.
So it hits?
It hits one of the 4 of them. Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. So it's for 30 damage.
Okay.
On whichever one I hit.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. You now see 3 of them.
Mirror image. All right. And I will I'll scoot back over to here and try to hide in this little alcove, like right next to me.
Okay.
Try to stealth again.
Okay.
31.
Okay. And I think you're still within range of Bruce, so I think it's actually 41.
He dropped the...
Oh, yeah, he dropped it for Dominate.
Had to drop it, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, dropped it for Dominate. Okay. Yep.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. So you feel like you are stealthed. So we'll go to Balin now. And having seen a fireball being cast, think this is gonna work. I actually don't know if this is even possible. I'm gonna try it anyways. I'm gonna attempt to cast Banish on the rod.
I didn't do that myself because it's not a creature.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, it's a creature.
That's why I didn't do it
So-
last round.
Yeah.
But we wanted the rod. Don't we
Well-
want it?
Well, Banish potentially it comes back depending on what its plane of origin is, but whether or not you want it or not is now casting fireballs at you.
Yeah, we want it to not kill us.
That's
Right.
Priority number 1, not dying. But yeah, I don't think Banish will work because it's not a creature.
Yeah, banished. The thing about sentient like weapons and items is the fact that they're considered an object.
Yep.
That's it. So if it says like
Creature,
I can't use
you
hold
can't do it.
creature or anything that targets humanoids and stuff like that won't work on it. It's like, oh damn it.
Hmm.
I do have an idea though. We'll see if it works.
Okay, I'll continue to try I don't think this is gonna work, but okay, I'm gonna try it anyways. Let's try this instead. I'm going to attempt to telekinesis the rod into the pit. So I have to do a strength saving throw with the rod against Balance, which is a 17. Yeah, because there is actually an object for telekinesis.
Yep.
Okay, let me see if I can try to move it. I wish I could, I can show you guys if I had my camera pointed here. Freaking rolled a 1 with the rod.
Oh no.
The rod is now hovering over the pit.
You just did like one of those Star Wars memes, you know, Palpatine's the Sith Lord. Credits roll.
Okay, well, yeah.
Can you
so-
reveal the pit so we
which
can see
pit?
whereabouts?
Like, where's okay? That right there. Okay.
Well, so much for my idea.
This could either be very, very good or horribly
Very,
bad.
very
for us.
bad.
Yes. So Balin literally has it in its control over there and yells out, "Should I drop it?" And that's kind of the end of his turn.
Drop it.
Just don't touch it.
I don't think I can see any of this. Can I?
You see a floating rod. You can't see underneath it. Drom is close enough that you can now see into it. Bruce, you can. Hadlin too. Actually, no, Ellie, you can kind of see, but you'll see it more off in the distance a little bit. What's going on down here with the pit. What I will do though, actually, let's go ahead and reveal the pit because I think you guys are able to see enough of it. At some point, you guys have gotten close to it. What I will mention to you all, when you see what is inside of the pit, it seems very familiar to you. The way that the light is moving past whatever is at the bottom of this pit looks very familiar to the start of your visions.
Dun, 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 dun.
So there you go. And at this point, the rod gets a chance to try and break here. So it is going to take an extra action here to try and break away from the telekinesis. So it's going to resist against the Yeah, it's just going to try to push against it at this point. Okay, let's see. The hell? I rolled another freaking natural 1.
Good.
Corinth,
Roll in
you're
there,
awesome,
Finn.
man. You took all of Finn's 20s away and gave him your ones. Amazing.
Hi,
MVP.
Grande.
Just, hello, Grande. Don't break your rod.
We were gonna throw a jacket on it.
I know, they were trying to throw a jacket on it. It's true. Okay, well, that did not go as planned, but okay. The souls actually do continue to go towards the rod, by the way. The souls are now floating as they go towards the rod, and the rod is continuing to absorb them. It absorbs some more. And we are back up at the top to Drum.
Can you move
Okay.
the rod to where it is?
It is. It's right here. It's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but like it's still in the circle.
No,
No,
that's the
that's-
size.
Oh, that's. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's his weapon.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I was
that's
thinking the wrong
Drum's
thing.
spiritual weapon. Yeah. Let me see if I can. I'll put a little mark on the rod so it's a little easier to see.
Yeah,
'Cause I know
I can see it now.
okay. There you go. I put a little orange dot on its square too, so it's a little easier to find it.
Okay, so I see. Do I see the blue man coming back? And did I see Reed take a shot at?
You now see the blue person, yes, and Reed having take a shot at it. Correct. You see 3 blue people actually.
Oh, mirror. They did a mirror image.
It's the Blue Man Group.
Okay. This might be interesting. Okay, I'm gonna use my drum special ability of his where is it? Where is it?
Oh, Grande.
His racial aggressive thing, where I use my bonus action to move my movement speed,
Okay.
which is 30. So yeah, we'll just go there. And then
So, do you have anything that prevents a attack of opportunity?
me? No. Go ahead and swing.
Okay. That will be a 32 to hit.
That would hit.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. So the damage is 13.
Okay.
Do you have anything that prevents you from having a speed of 0?
Sentinel, I think.
So Sentinel makes you have a speed of 0 when he hits you, which is what he hit you
See
with.
here. Oh, he hit me with Sentinel?
Mm-hmm. No, not emotional damage. That is not what this is, Grande. Hush you.
I'm not seeing any. Let's see here.
Ouchie.
Okay, yeah, then I guess I don't move. And it's about to be a really, really bad day for the satyr.
Probably. He's already not had a very good day.
So we're going to. So technically, I wouldn't have been able to use my bonus move because he smacked me.
If you want to say you did your move first before your bonus action, then we'll say that. Yeah. So you still have your bonus action.
So we're going to go ahead and be like, oh, ow. And I'm going to retaliate with a swing
Okay.
with the mace.
Okay.
No advantage.
No advantage.
$20.
Just misses.
Okay, I'll burn a channel divinity to add +10.
Okay. You are one short, so you are now well over.
Okay, yeah. Ignore this stuff because I'm using it one-handed.
One-handed, so 9
9.
damage. Okay.
And then I will go ahead and use the Orcus Fury to roll an additional damage die. So I get another D8 to add to that. So 6 more.
Okay.
Let's see here. What else can I do with that? I'll burn my War Priest to get a second attack on him.
Okay.
Really?
Anything
Okay,
else you can do
that's
this
it.
time?
I can't increase it.
Okay.
Don't you have advantage?
No.
'Cause how
No.
many of you are?
The barbarian can't be hit with advantage.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier with your attack and stuff, but it doesn't matter. He's
Yeah.
just Or it was with Hadlands actually when I was saying like you technically have advantage because of the flanking and stuff, but he can't be hit with advantage.
Can't be.
Okay. So
That's darn.
Yeah,
that's my turn.
Okay. So the 3 Sahagwin. Let me go to the next round here, but the 3 Sahagwin move up a little bit here. And
They move into the storm?
just outside. So like here. And let's see how this is. What is it? Okay, so it's a dex. Okay, so everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Everyone?
Everyone. And yeah, I'm just out of range, which is what I thought I was.
Nice, Critty.
That was extremely helpful. Critty, you can negate all the damage entirely because of the natural 20.
13.
So, for everybody else, the blue person reappears, and you suddenly see cube after cube after cube after cube of fire suddenly erupt onto the ground. They almost seem to encase the entire floor. If anyone wishes to, I'll make it on Balin as well. You can do an Arcana check to see if you know what the spell is that is being cast.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
floor is lava.
I was just typing that, Grim. I was just typing that in the text chat.
I cast floor as lava.
Oh my god.
And that's all
Valen-
over everywhere?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Everywhere there's floor?
Well, where you guys are, it's not everywhere, but it goes away. Critty, you do know what this is. Reed doesn't. Hadlin actually knows what this is.
Might as well try it.
So Hadlin and Critty are the ones that know that this is Firestorm. And if you didn't succeed, you will take.
What's the save?
For you pass.
Yeah.
It's you and Critty are the only ones. It was 19.
Okay.
I think you
Okay.
two are the only ones that succeeded the deck saving throw, if I remember. Yeah.
And I'm seeing fire and I can't do absorb elements again, or
You do have the ability to do another reaction. It is a different round, so if you so choose, you can use your reaction for absorb elements. If you have first level spells.
Yeah.
And I would say
I'm probably going to.
yeah, probably worth it to half the damage. It is a 7d10 damage spell. Just
That's a big boy spell.
mm-hmm. Okay, so okay, so if you did not succeed, it is 42 fire damage
Oh.
and 21 on a half, which I don't think is anyone because Critty got it with the natural 20, so Reed and Critty I think take 0 from that.
Yeah.
But everyone else takes 42 fire damage.
$42?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
The floor was lava. That is indeed what happened.
And the damage was the answer to everything.
Mm-hmm. And the rod is going to attempt to break away from the telekinesis again. And actually does this time. Not a 1. He got a 1 in front of that 1. It was an 11 this time with the actual roll.
Was hoping for a 2.
I know. That was
You rolled a halfling one.
So the rod isn't moving. It basically spent its round to break the telekinesis, but so Balin doesn't have control over it anymore. It's just hovering on top of the pit right now. But it does seem to be moving like it was previously, kind of just like floating around versus being steadfastly held by a telekinesis spell. And that is that turn. So now it is Ellie's turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so Satyr guy is still not being affected by the bludgeoning damage, right?
He
and
hasn't.
how long is that? Is
It lasts
that,
a minute, right? I think it's a
yeah.
minute, so that's 10 rounds. We're only on round 3, I think, right now. So
Okay.
it's still you still have some time. I think I rolled it
Right.
last turn, but I'm gonna double check right now. Yeah, he makes the strength saving throw against it.
Yeah, I'm sure his strength
Yeah.
is really high. But it does seem like hopefully maybe it might keep the other one away a little bit.
It
Maybe.
did avoid the sphere for sure. It didn't move into the sphere. Now there's a few reasons. It also puts Balin just out of range of counterspell. So that might be another potential reason. So just things situationally happening at the same time.
Right. And Drom, the effect on Drom that made his movement 0, what was that again?
It's a feat. It's called Sentinel. If you hit somebody with an attack of opportunity, you basically make their speed 0, so you make it so they can't run away.
How long does that last?
Just for that round. He's
Okay.
on Drom's turn. He'll be back.
So I don't necessarily need to do anything to help that.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Do. I guess I'll just do what I did last time. I'm gonna magic missile the satyr and then whack him with the lightning.
Okay.
Anything else is gonna break my concentration. So
Yeah, and the lightning is a good bit of damage to have repeatedly as a bonus action. So
okay. So I did magic missile at 3rd level last time. So I'll do it
yes.
again. Because I haven't used any other 3rd level things. Well, that doesn't look good.
That's another.
No, that's actually not bad. That's 5
Is it
damage
20
times
or
5.
25?
25.
25 damage.
That's actually pretty. That's your maximum damage, basically.
Okay, that's
So-
true because it's a D1d4 plus 1.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is max damage.
I'm
That's
not.
Really
I'm
good.
just used to seeing big numbers.
I
that's
know.
all.
No, magic missile is nice because it's just guaranteed. Like there's no save, there's nothing against it. So
Right. And then I can hit the storm sphere one again just for the damage.
Mm-hmm. And 26 does hit, so it does 11 lightning damage. Okay. The satyr is still up. Not happy at all, but he's still up.
Tough guy.
Mm-hmm.
Question: is it
Hmm?
when I re-click the storm sphere cast just to get that damage, is it putting a marker in the spell slot used up thing
It shouldn't.
automatically? 'Cause
You
I
might
have
want to check.
I have 2 right now for 4th level, but the only thing I've done is 1 storm sphere.
And how
there.
many are you able to cast?
There's 3 slots at 4th level for me.
Okay. And you should
Yeah,
have
you
only
should be able
used 1. Yeah, so you should
I
have 2
think it-
left.
I think it. Yeah, I think it might act.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you
click that
can.
away because
yeah.
that's going to confuse me later.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't want to move. I use my bonus action, so I think that's it.
Okay. Then we are on to Bruce.
All right, I am going to cast Prayer of Healing at 5th level. Everybody except Critty.
Ooh, with Beacon of Hope, it makes it heal for maximum.
Yep. So you're going to get 5d8, 40 plus my spell, 45 points of healing damage right back.
Very nice.
Wow. Very nice.
Everybody?
Yeah.
How much was it? 40.
45.
Nice.
You're my hero, Bruce.
Then I'm going to use a cantrip on myself because I can, and I'm going to cast Resistance, and I'm going to cast. Well, you'll know when it happens. And that's my turn. I can't do anything else.
Okay. All right. That works. Cantrip. Wait, is resistance a bonus action?
I've got it as a cantrip as part of my stuff, so I can just cast. It's 0. It's a cantrip for me.
I know, but it still needs to be because your healing was a action, right?
Yeah. I didn't use a bonus action or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I just,
resistance, if I remember correctly, that one is an action as well.
Yeah, if it's an action,
That
even as a
cantrip,
cantrip, you
right,
wouldn't be
I
able
think?
to use it.
all right, fine. Well, I'll cast it then.
Do you have any other? Like, do you have a bonus action cantrip?
I have no idea. I still have to get this sheet put together.
Okay.
Probably. Ritual casting. So,
No worries. Okay.
I'm looking at it right now because you can cast a cleric spell as spiritual prepared, but it doesn't really tell me if I have
Any of them as bonus actions right now?
it. Yeah, it doesn't really clarify. So
Okay.
It just like certain abilities, like or some are like guidance and actually, what is this? This is a special one, resistance. Why is this resistant? special.
Maybe it comes with your
I
domain
think
or
so.
something.
It could. Yeah, I think it could be my domain, or it could be because of my.
Oh, if it's your domain, you might actually be able to do it as a bonus action, depending on
Yeah.
your domain.
Let me look at something here real quick. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Move on.
Okay. It is Critty's turn.
Okay. Bruce did almost exactly what I was going to do. Is there anybody who still needs healing?
I'm sure everybody does.
I'm totally full, so
I'm still
I'm
down
full.
21.
I'm full.
Yeah, I'm full.
down
I'm
quite a
bound.
lot, actually. Bruce has been taking quite a lot of damage from everything.
All right. So what I will do instead of a massive cure wounds is let's give Bruce a 4th level healing word. That's 4d4 plus 3 for max damage.
I don't think you have to roll, right? Because of Beacon of Hope.
I just hit it for my own benefit.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
this way it eats up the spell slot on her sheet.
Yeah,
Exactly. So that's 16, 19 healing for
Okay.
him.
Perfect.
And I am going to cast. Fourth level? Third level. Third level Dissonant Whispers of the Satyr.
Well, so you just cast Healing Word,
No, Healing Word's a bonus action for me.
but it's a leveled spell.
It's still a bonus action at the level.
Correct. So is Dissonant Whispers a cantrip though? So the two.
No.
So you can cast one cantrip and one leveled spell in a round, and one of them has to be a bonus action, and one of them has to be an action.
Okay, I've never played it that way, but sure, fine. Instead of that wisdom saving throw, I'll do this wisdom saving throw, Vicious Mockery.
Ooh.
Okay. And Satyr, not good with that. Yep, definitely not good with that. So 4 damage to the Satyr.
It's a foul language coming out of Critty's mouth. I love it.
Yes. How do you insult the Satyr continually?
With demon words.
This is now the second time you have made fun of the Satyr.
Start singing Avril Lavigne songs at him.
Oh, God.
He still smells like wet
Satyr
dog.
boys.
He is definitely still hurt very much with you calling him the smell of a wet dog. And now it's a bloody wet dog, which is also not very good. Thanks, Hadlin. Okay. Speaking of which, is that it for you, by the way, Critty?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will move on to Hadlin.
Right. 3 attacks again. There's the first one.
Okay.
Oh,
Die, why don't you?
That one does not hit.
all right. Second one.
That one does hit.
All right. And then booming blade again.
Okay. So 5.
Nice.
Okay.
Then the last one.
Does hit.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay.
And then the last booming blade. Oh, I did green flame blow. Oops, that was the wrong one. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. He is definitely on the. He is really, really hurt right now. You guys are kind of demolishing.
Just jump
him.
in the pit. Get it over with. He looks painful.
Crying yet?
You're
Is
well.
he crying? We want him to cry.
He is not crying. Okay. Oh my God. Is he crying? Okay.
With all the lightning and the thunder and
He's in his feelings garden. He's feeling something.
He's feeling something. Okay. It is the Satyr's turn. And the Satyr looks directly at the rod and just yells out, Master Ukatoa, this is not working. And just continues to attempt to swing at Hadlin. And will not hit. It's a 17 to hit. That doesn't hit Hadlin. And second.
Ugatoa doesn't seem to be answering. You better call your mommy.
26 to hit.
All right, so you hit me.
Damn it, Hadlin. Okay. 10 damage. The rod responds. And you all can hear this now. It is not trying to manipulate you in any way, but the rod says, and you can hear it, the Cavern of Souls is not for you. And the ground begins to shake. Everybody make a strength saving throw for me.
Could it be a dex?
Yeah, you can do a dex. Part of it is, it's actually both. You can, actually, I'll let you do either. You can do a strength or a dex. If you already rolled, you can re-roll. I'm fine with that.
Thanks. Oh, shoot. I mean, I did the strength save.
You did the strength save first. Yep.
If my save fails, I want to use Indomitable to re-roll it, which I think it does fail. So
No, actually, you're good. 15 is the saving throw.
okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so Critty. Okay. Let's see. Everyone's rolling both at this point. Do you want to roll both, Ranger, for Bruce? You can roll a dex also, just to see if it.
Why not? It seems like a great.
Same thing, Drum. If you want, you can roll a dex.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
look,
want to
better.
because I failed.
I still
so.
didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and give yourself a shot. Okay.
It's better, but still failed.
Still fails. Yeah. So Ellie is fine. And Reed is fine. Hadlin is fine. Everyone else goes prone as the ground begins to shake violently. The top of the cave begins to crumble slowly as rocks slowly start to fall around you. At the moment, small pieces, but you can begin to see cracks happening in the ceiling. The holes that were holding the souls that were slowly coming up are expanding. It is caving in upon itself. The souls still continuing to arise from them, but now in greater volume as they head towards the pit. The Satyr and the Sahagwin, as you look at them, seem unfazed by all of this. And the rod now, instead of just floating kind of in its place, is now shaking very violently, similar to the vibrations you are feeling in the cave.
I'm feeling them good vibrations.
And Reed, it is your turn.
Out of curiosity, do I see an exit?
You roll a perception, but keep in mind you have half of the cavern basically you haven't really explored.
27.
So from where you are right now and what you have seen, you have not seen any particular exit short of potentially the pit or the holes that the souls are coming from, but you don't know what's at the end of these.
Yeah, they both look like crap decisions. Am I lined up for a shot with the rod?
Yeah. The rod is floating up pretty much, so yeah, you have a clear shot on the rod if you wish.
I am going to try to myrtleize the rod.
Go for it.
23 to hit.
23 hits. Okay.
31. 22, 31.
Okay.
What kind of shape is our rod looking?
It definitely has a lot more scratches and dings, but it still doesn't seem like it's going to break or anything at this point.
All right. I am going to run back to a little alcove and hide again.
Okay.
.30 stealth.
Okay. You feel sufficiently stealthed.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Um. Let's see. I have to try and figure out what I want to do with Bellin now. Where are my... Okay. Balin's just gonna yell to the group at this point. Do we want to try to get out of here? And I will ready an action to cast a teleportation circle based on response from the group. And at that point, it'll go to Drom.
Well, it's a good idea, but wouldn't it just end up bringing us back here? I don't know if it would work. As that I stand up, I'm going to sock the freaking satyr in the jaw. Let's see if this little spell effect happens.
Okay.
So it's +7 to hit.
Okay.
Dice roller plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 22.
That does it.
Cool. I'll roll. DC 15 con save.
Okay. It does make that.
Oh darn. Let's see
Is
what happens if
there,
it
yeah, is there half or
succeeds.
anything?
Okay. You need to make, let's see here. On hit, the target is poisoned. At the end of each of the poisoned target's turns, the target must make 3 Constitution saving throws. If the target succeeds on 3 of these saves, it is no longer poisoned. And the spell ends.
Okay, so on its turn, roll 3 con saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be suffering from, where is it? I just had it.
Is there a saving throw at the time that is cast or no? Or just on its turn?
Says your touch inflicts disease, make a melee spell attack against a creature. No, Sadie. My dog's like, all no. Against a creature within reach. On hit, the target is poisoned. Then at the end.
Okay, so it's automatically poisoned because you hit, but then it has to make a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's going to suffer from slimy doom. The creature begins to bleed uncontrollably. The creature has disadvantage on Constitution checks and Constitution saving throws. In addition, whenever the creature takes damage, it is stunned until the end of its next turn.
Wow.
That's not nice.
Well, it's a 5th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Drom's turn.
Yes.
And I'll be right back because, as you could tell, my dog says it's time to take her out.
Okay.
Aw.
All right. It is... The rod is continuing to shake and absorb souls. Okay. And the cave begins crumbling even more around you at this point. But that's basically what it's doing. It is actively trying to bring the cave down on everyone. And you can see that. So, Ellie, it is your turn.
Okay. I wanna do my bonus action first.
Okay.
I wanna whack him with the lightning.
Okay. Go for
A
it.
little tapping. Give him a little tappy tap.
Open. He'll go away.
So it's a 13 to hit, which does not hit.
Well, doesn't it just count the damage? Because it's just the lightning. I'm not casting Storm Spear again.
No. But the first one is the hit that you have to make with the lightning. So you have
Right.
to make that melee
Okay.
or the ranged spell attack.
Right. Okay. That's not good. Ay. And how's he looking?
He looks really bad. He's not quite on death's door, but he's fairly close.
All right, I hit him with a magic missile again. I think I got one more. Yeah, I got one more. I can do it.
This is actually really...
I'm gonna do it at 4th level.
Okay, so that's 6 of them, so it's 18 damage. He's still up, but because of the slimy doom that Drom has put in, he has now taken damage, so he is now stunned.
Nice.
Such a nasty combo. He just has to take damage to get stunned once you do that, and you magic missile, and he takes damage. It's just... That is a nasty combo. Okay, well, that is what is happening at this point. Okay, it is... Anything else, Ellie?
No.
Okay. By the way, Reed, when you were gone, Balin was ready in action to cast Teleportation Circle, asking if we wanted to leave. Just as an FYI. It is now Bruce's turn.
Is this the rod right here?
Over the pit, yeah, with the orange dot. Correct.
Okay. I am going to use Dimensional Door, and I'm going to teleport Bruce right next to it. Then I'm going to grab the rod.
Are you able to fly? This is a pit.
No.
This is a pit. It's floating on top of it right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm still going to Dimension Door right next to it, grab it, and then I'm going to take that piece of shit with me.
Okay. Wow. All right. That's something. Okay. So
I
you
did think of that at one point, but I thought it would be a bad idea, so I didn't do that.
I'm Bruce Goddamn Almighty.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Ranger, repeat what you did for Grim's sake there.
I Dimension Door right next to the rod and grabbing the rod, and we're going for a ride through the pit.
Insert Wilhelm scream.
Or is he riding the rod into the pit going yee-haw?
Pretty much, yeah, that's what he's doing. Okay, so I think
Versus
it's
a cowboy hat.
so I think it's a grapple, right? You have to try and grab it first from when you move it, and you're also doing it while you're not on footing.
Well, would he be able to reach it from that ground directly north of the rod?
It's floating fairly high at this
Yeah, but
point.
you're forgetting something. Bruce can fly.
No.
He's
I don't
not
have
a
it.
raven
Can't?
right now.
No, I can't fly any. I don't have the Raven form anymore.
I did not know this.
Yeah, that's the thing here. So I'm trying to figure out how you do a grapple.
It's just an athletic check. It's just an athletics check. So I mean, it's just grapple. It's just
It is, but you're not on any footing to try and grab it. That's what
it's. I can teleport right above it, fall, grab it.
yeah.
I mean,
We'll just say it's a
not that-
regular athletics. So yeah, go ahead and roll your athletics check. We'll oppose. You grab it.
Unless it can hold me up, which I don't think it can. We're going for a ride.
Okay, so now it has to try and see if it can float with you holding onto it. That's a whole separate. So that'll be a strength check to just try to hold you in the air. Okay, this is not what I was expecting to happen. Okay, all right. Let me see if it can. No, it is not able to hold Bruce along with it. So you all see Bruce go, teleport, grab the rod, and he and the rod go plummeting all the way down into the pit.
Oh,
On the
dear.
great space coaster, get on board. On the great space coaster,
I will
we'll
just say,
explore.
as a result of this, Balin will trigger his readied action and begin casting teleportation circle.
Yeah, we probably need to get out of here.
So, as this happens, the color of the pit, which was previously these white specks that looked like they were flying past you, tinged with the red of blood, begins to change color and begins to become a solid black. As it becomes a solid black, the cavernous holes that were once holding the souls that were coming out begin to expand even more rapidly. The cave begins caving in upon itself, and everything begins to close off. The satyr and the Sahagwan look frightened for the first time. The satyr was taking a beating from all of you, but seemed resolute nonetheless, except for that one moment where he just told the rod this wasn't working, and now seems to be visibly shook. The Sahagwan begins casting something over here. What do you all do? We can still go in order at the moment. Critty, we'll go to you.
Do I see Balin doing a teleportation circle?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, everybody hurry up and get to Balin. Just gonna shout that, and I'm just gonna run over, stand behind Balin, make wavy hand motions like I'm helping him cast the dimension circle, but really I'm just kind of nervously waving my hands.
Do you want to try and help? I'll give you a chance to actually help.
Sure.
Okay, so he's doing a teleportation circle to Zadash. He has done this before. You have seen it. So do an Arcana check to see how familiar you are with it. Okay.
17.
You are familiar enough that you are helping him. Between the quicken and you assisting him in drawing the teleportation circle, you are able to speed up the process.
Cool.
Okay. Hadlin. The satyr makes no attempt whatsoever to attack you at that point. Just FYI as you move. Okay, anything else? I don't know if you're on mute, Corin. Can't hear if you're saying anything.
I'm making an insight check on this satyr dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting anything from him.
Yeah, make an insight.
Yeah, never
No.
mind.
Mm-mm.
There goes the ones.
He looks very angry.
Hey, you did it out of combat,
Hey.
which probably helped.
You got the nat 20s when it really counted.
You did.
I
And
was
forced him to
debating
get
on.
two
I was
ones.
debating on saying, should I say something to like rescue this guy because I assume he's dead by staying here. But I rolled a 1, so that thought doesn't come by my mind.
Okay. I'll leave it to Drum. The satyr begins running towards the Sahagwan. Do you do anything, Drum?
Yeah, I'll take an attack of opportunity on it.
Go for
Kill him.
it.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him dead.
Nah.
No, it does not hit.
I'll miss him. I'll miss him alive.
Okay.
No, that's
Actually, you know what?
Flanking him.
Since this is we're gonna be leaving here, I'll burn my last channel divinity to add +10 to that.
Okay, go for it.
There we go.
12 damage.
Probably
You don't
doesn't
have.
kill him, but
Do you have Sentinel or anything, or just straight damage?
yes, I do have Sentinel.
Okay, so
Nice.
That's
so poor guy
ridiculous.
is just stuck here now. Okay.
Wah,
But-
And don't forget, he took. I was gonna say if he didn't get. Oh, he didn't get a chance to move.
Actually-
wasn't he
Mm-mm.
stunned?
No, yeah,
he's
he's
stunned.
stunned.
He
Yeah,
he's-
he would have taken automatic damage.
Oh, you know what? He couldn't have even moved because he was stunned
No.
after Ellie took damage.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say you should have taken booming blade damage too if you moved.
If he moved, yeah, that he was willing to take, but no, he can't move because of Ellie.
Oh, okay. Well, then ignore the attack opportunity then.
Yeah, I completely forgot he was. I need to mark him as being stunned. Hold on, let me give him the snail icon because he's stunned. Okay.
Yeah, and he's also bleeding out.
Yes, he's bleeding out. He's stunned. Like no good can come from this. Okay,
Can I give
so
him a paper cut?
well, he has to try and make
Add-
one of the Constitution saves. So he gets to do this with disadvantage, which luckily he at least has a high Constitution, so he was able to make one saving throw so far.
Okay.
But he needs to make 3. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, Reed, it's your turn.
We're all getting the hell out of here. I'm gonna do something I've never really done before. I will use 15 feet of movement to get there. And I am gonna actually try to pick his pocket.
Bruce makes a great sacrifice, so Reed can steal money
Holy-
from our enemies.
Well, do an investigation
oh my
check.
God.
Oh,
You'll keep that. Don't worry, you'll keep that. Okay.
Reed's on the case. of
Are
stealing.
you? Let me ask you. Are you just grabbing things and heading out, or are you gonna actively look to see what is and is not valuable and decide in this moment?
well, I mean, how's he carrying stuff? Does he have like a satchel on him, or is it just stuff like hanging off his belt, or?
He does
Accessorized?
have like a pocket on each side. No satchels or anything hanging off, but each pocket does have something. And when you reach in, it does appear to be small pouches, but I don't know if you want to investigate what is in those pouches right now. I'll give you your investigate on that now or later. It's up to you.
And he is holding on to a great axe.
Yeah, and he is holding
like
on
I'm
to a
gonna
great
be able
axe.
to carry the great axe. I will just grab everything out of his pockets.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, I would like to place a. Oh, what's the name of the thing? Where'd it go? An explosive seed in his pocket.
That's awful.
Ew. What a gross-
This poor satyr.
Poor Satyr, my ass. He's a bastard.
So I will put one of them in his pocket, and then I will use the last couple of feet of my movement to get down to the rest of the group.
Okay.
He's still stunned, so I don't have to break away or anything from him, do I?
No.
No, he can't do anything.
you're
He's
fine.
stunned.
And you can make a note that you have 2 satyr pouches, and when you look later, I'll tell you what's in them.
2 Satyr
Okay.
pouches. Let's go.
Stealing his
pickpocket.
drugs.
It's the first time I've done that this whole campaign.
I'll tell you, you actually found some pretty decent things. So
Nice.
okay. Balin is continuing to do the teleportation circle with the help of Critty. It'll be ready next round. So, Drum, to you.
You know what? This guy looks like he's doing all too bad. So, I'll leave him be and get ready to go.
Okay. What happens
Actually,
with the
I'll-
explosive seed, by the way?
It goes boom.
Well, something needs to trigger it, I imagine.
Acorn-sized spear, brass containing a small amount of blasting powder and clockwork trigger. The explosive seed can be thrown up to 30 feet as an action, detonating on impact. Each creature within 5 feet of the exploding seed makes make a DC 10 Dex saving throw, taking 1d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. So
You're gonna trigger
it's-
it on your way out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, just wanted to double check that was what was about to happen. Oh my god, this.
Here's
bullshit.
my real
Alright.
question: can I trigger it as a bonus action?
You only need your move in order to jump into the teleportation circle.
Yeah, I know, but I still want to like shoot him with an arrow, maybe too.
Well, you would shoot your arrow at the explosive seed, right?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
you could wait until I'm no longer standing next to him.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't.
The
blow it
teleportation
up
circle's
right
not
away.
ready yet, so he's waiting. He's waiting. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, what I was gonna do is I'm gonna walk over to the edge and look down and see if is Bruce gone.
Okay. You're actually looking directly into the blackness now.
Oh, it's not doing the
No,
the-
so actually let me remove that. So what happened is when the Rod and Bruce fell in, that was gone.
By the way, that's a cool map effect that you did there,
That is
dude.
an awesome effect.
Thank you. I don't know how I have to find the layer. The layering of
no
these
worries.
things is annoying.
You-
But yeah,
you
it's
just
no
say
longer
it's all
there. It's
black
black.
now.
Yeah,
Just
it's
put
black
a
now.
TARDIS in the middle of it.
It went from having the red glow to becoming.
Actually, it would have been even better if it was instead of doing the starry thing and darkness, it went plaid.
He's gone.
God.
Plaid.
Okay, so it went from having the red to going to like black with the white. The white slowly stopped, and then it became pitch black right after the Rod and Bruce fell in.
And no sign of Bruce or the Rod. They're gone.
Nothing you can see because it is pitch black.
Okay.
Like it's like staring into nothingness.
Well, Godspeed, Bruce. And I will join the group over there.
Okay. Ellie?
I will move next to the group,
Okay.
and I don't want to use up another spell slot for magic missile, but I am going to hit that guy with some more lightning.
Okay.
Maybe he'll die.
Okay.
He would set off the charge.
Well, we're all
Well,
ready to
it is
go.
metal.
What's the range? Are we in? What's the range on that exploding thing?
5 feet.
Okay, so
Nobody's
no one's
within
gonna
range.
get
Clear.
Okay. Roll your attack.
This day's about to get really, really worse.
Okay.
Okay, it does not hit. Actually, hold on.
Eh,
Let me
well-
see what the penalties are for stun to the AC. I have to double check the stun.
Does it set
penalties.
off the seed at least?
Well, if you're not hitting him, it won't, but I need to see if there's any penalties to his AC for being stunned.
Right.
Actually, you have advantage on attack rolls, and this is technically a
They
ranged
lose
spell
their
attack.
Dex
Yeah.
bonus, and that's pretty much it.
So go ahead and roll another attack.
The storm sphere thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it still unfortunately does not hit.
Could I have targeted the seed with the lightning?
If you were to hit him, I would have had you
Actually,
roll
wait.
a d6, and
They
then it would have
changed it.
had a chance.
Hold on, Finn. They changed stun since last time. A stun creature is incapacitated, can't move, can't speak.
Mhm.
Creature automatically fails strength and dex roll saves,
Mhm.
and
Oh, nice.
attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Yeah, that's why I told her to roll again.
Huh.
Yeah.
It used to be they just didn't get their dex.
Oh,
Huh. Interesting.
yeah.
Oh well.
I
So.
learned a new thing today.
Ooh.
You're growing up, Grim.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
That's it for Ellie. Bruce is in the pit. Satyr is going to attempt another con saving throw. That's the
Oh wait,
first.
does that mean he doesn't? He's getting hit by the bludgeoning damage of the storm now? So he's
Yes.
stunned?
Yes, because
so
he
he should've
automatically
taken the
fails
7.
strength saving throws.
So you should have taken that 7.
Taking it right in the poop.
Yeah, he would
Well,
have
that's
taken
during
7
his
bludgeoning.
turn.
Yeah, it's his
That's
turn.
during his turn.
Now would
Yeah.
that trigger the explosive seed?
Oh my god, just blow him up.
We
already,
just want
Fran,
him to
Jesus.
die.
Roll a d6. I know, you do want him to die. Roll a d6.
Who, me?
Yeah. It's your storm sphere that did the 7 bludgeoning
Alright.
damage, so. Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Reed, roll the explosive seed damage.
Oh god, can he tank this damage?
He takes 6.
This poor satyr. So this satyr that has been poisoned is stunned, is trying to break this poison, is been avoiding this storm sphere the entire time, but now that he is stunned, can't do anything, gets smacked in the rear by the storm, which just
1,000 years of
happens to
pain.
hit the seed. The seed then detonates in his pocket, blowing off his right leg, crumbling the poor satyr to the ground. You now have a right legless satyr lying on the ground, bleeding, dead.
He's still not quite dead.
No, he is
Just
actually
mostly dead.
Only
he,
mostly dead.
he is actually not fully dead, because as soon as he crumbles to the ground, you hear him yell. And he is frantically trying to stop his bleeding leg. You can tell that it is
No,
only
he's still stunned,
survival.
isn't he?
You can tell that it is just survival instinct keeping him going at this point.
No. He said to blave.
Is he trying to tie a tourniquet?
He's just grabbing onto his leg. That's it. He's like just squeezing. He can't move his arms or anything else. It is just squeezing the nub that is his right leg at this point.
He's
Well, wait.
squeezing his nub?
Yeah. He's squeezing the nub that is his right leg.
Wait, he's part goat, so does anybody want leg of lamb?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, actually, isn't it starting to smell like roast lamb in here because of all the fire and?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Is anyone getting hungry?
Is Critty doing anything else besides helping Balin at this point?
No. No, Critty is not going to do anything else.
You sure you don't want to contribute to the
I do
the
not.
mutilation of the satyr? Oh my god.
Ah, screw it. Screw it. Pest infestation on them.
Oh no.
Why the hell not?
Oh my god. So this
He's getting
poor-
fleas now? He's gonna
Yes.
be itchy. He's gonna be itchy.
He not only is he going to be itchy, he is still incapacitated, so he's not even able to itch where the infestation is.
Oh no.
Everybody has had that moment where they had that
Is
itch
it
they
on his
can't
nub?
reach. His whole body is itching and he can't itch it.
Itchy nub.
That's a real thing. It's called like phantom limb syndrome when you lose your leg and
Mhm.
it itches like crazy and you can't scratch it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This poor guy.
But this guy can physically not scratch it. Like, he can't move his hands.
Yeah.
It's stuck grabbing onto the nub. It's
Yeah,
itchy
it's
on
a
everywhere
real
else.
thing. It's a real thing. It's a real science.
Oh my god.
Science.
This is just... I mean, he... Actually, let me make sure. He has a chance with the Constitution saving throw, but it's at disadvantage because of the poison. So that's going to be
Well,
interesting.
he's basically unconscious.
And he rolls a freaking 1. So yeah, there you go. He's
I mean,
definitely...
his anus is itching more than anything right now.
just...
Oh.
He needed to take care of those fleas on his half goat part.
He needs
Okay,
some
it's
preparation
not
H.
working. Okay, that's Critty's turn. Hadlin, what are you doing to contribute to the mutilation of the satyr?
I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, yeah. Take it for the
Okay.
dwarf. It took the dwarf to have compassion.
I
on the
tried.
victim. Which doesn't make sense.
Oh my god. Okay. Everyone, go ahead and roll another strength and dex saving throw. You can take the higher of your two.
I think
Do I
that's
need
gonna
to
be
bother?
fair.
No, not you.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
was like,
there.
I'm just going wee, wee, wee.
I have been falling for 30
Let's-
minutes.
Let's see how
Wow.
this does just for the hell of it. Yeah, so the deck saving throw is the one I'll go with.
I'm glad Balin was able to get a 20. 'Cause that would have interrupted
Yeah.
the spell.
If it's still a 15, yeah, Drum still falls over.
Yeah, it's still a 15. So anyone that did not get at least a 15 on one of them does fall over. The cave is definitely crumbling at this point. You guys are dodging and weaving rocks that are falling. Balin manages to evade while casting at this point, which is good because I almost didn't. So, yeah. It is now Reed's turn.
The portal's about to open that we can leave with.
Yeah, on Balin's turn, it'll open.
Now, let me see if I can have a little compassion for this guy and put him down.
You mean, wait a minute, you have compassion for him after you put a seed in his. What?
Well, yeah, yeah.
I feel bad I blew off your leg, but let me,
Let me stop the pain there, boy.
I
You
cast
do-
magic band-aid.
Oh my god. You do notice, by the way, Reed, the Sahagoin is gone.
Ooh, okay. With all of the wonderful conditions on him, do I get advantage or does his
Yeah.
AC go
Yeah,
down?
attack rolls.
You're basically going to coup de grace him, so yeah.
Yeah, he's
Alright,
both
so-
prone and stunned.
Yeah.
20 to hit. I mean,
Yeah. He has 1 hit point because of all of his barbarian stuff. That's it.
oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Just go over and pluck a hair out of his
Yeah,
head.
he's gone.
um,
You have put this poor satyr out of his misery. He is no more.
He has ceased to be.
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just be ready to run into the portal.
Okay. There we go. And it is Balin's turn with the help of Critty helping to speed up the portal etching. Balin finishes the teleportation circle and opens it up. Does everyone go in?
I do.
Si, senor.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Anyone not? I just want to make sure. Looks like-
I will not be going into the
yes,
portal.
Yes, Bruce is not. Bruce is elsewhere at this point. Okay, so the rest of you all jump into the portal, and as you jump into the portal, the cavern continues to collapse, and you all are. Where is it? I think here.
Sure hope this works.
We all scare the literal crap out of the dude at the summoning circle in Zadash.
Yes. You
Hey,
all.
what are you rascal kids doing here?
That is what happens.
Nap, you little whippersnappers.
You all are back in Zadash. Everyone roll a perception check for me.
I don't know why I rolled twice.
Hey, natural 20.
But nice.
Okay. When you land in Zadash, everything seems fairly normal, but Reed and Drom, you notice something odd. Every member in the party, let me see how to explain this, appears a little paler than before, including yourselves.
You're lime green.
I'm diet 7-Up.
Oh, jeez.
God. And-
that's sort of
We'll leave it at that. So you guys can think about it. Read and Drom, how you want to bring up the fact that everyone just seems a little bit lighter than they did before.
Goddamn vampires.
Yeah.
Not vampires again.
And
All right, just before we break, then can I just roll to see or whatever I have to do to see what's in those pouches? Or...
I'll send it to you. It's actually, I was gonna call it here for now because I have to
Okay.
work on the rest of the campaign for you guys. So you guys are where I was hoping you would be in a different way than I expected, though. Not expecting the suicide dive into the pit.
Why,
with the
you
rod.
should have, you dum-dum. I don't know why after what you sent me, you psychopath.
Oh, and
I
I
mean,
messaged you something there, Finn, too, to think about as well. So
yeah, I saw that.
but that was fun.
Yeah.
Any questions or anything before we end today? This was a combat one. We'll get into some of your guys' storylines and visions and stuff hopefully soon. But let me know if you guys have any questions.
Yeah, I'm good right now. I'm just falling through the the endless void at the moment with the rod in my hand.
You're doing something completely, yeah.
Like that one episode of The Simpsons with the bottomless pit.
I know, I'm Homer Simpson. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
And I assume those of us that our vision had to do with the Radu Katoa, that might be pending now.
Actually,
Ugh.
maybe not. Tune in in a couple weeks to find out. So next week is 4th of July weekend, so we won't be there next weekend. I know Corinth is out. I'm going to be out as well. So I think it's the following week then. I think it's the 11th.
Yeah,
Or
it's
the
my birthday,
9th.
son
Sorry,
of a
the
bitch.
9th. The 9th.
Nice.
What is that, Ranger?
It'll be my birthday weekend, you bastard.
I know.
I'll be here.
Nice.
I'll be here.
Yes. So there you go. So we should be back on the 9th. I will let you know in case anything happens because that's also my dad's birthday, but I don't think I'm visiting, but not sure yet.
It's Audrey's birthday.
Hi, Dad. Happy birthday. Bye. Click.
I
Oh my
got to play some D&D.
Just text them.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God. Awful.
My birthday,
All of you.
my birthday present to you this year is hope.
Oh
Just
my
hope
God.
I sent you in that text.
Awful. Just awful. Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had fun on this D&D. They're a little shorter as I'm getting the campaign kind of together. And also my office doesn't have doors, so I don't want to keep it too late because Karma might get mad. So yeah, there's that aspect of it too. I should be getting the doors soon though. We're working on getting the doors here. So that'll be helpful. But with that, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys had fun, and we will see you on the next Wildemount stream. So everyone, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.